Yes.
Yes.
I love that music. We are back. It is episode 47 of the Metal Roundtable. I am Metal Rob, and with me as always is the great
Carcass John!
Carcass John Basson!
I'm tapping into that Dio episode from last week.
Yeah, you are.
John! Or whatever.
That's right. I'm trying desperately to start a watch party on my Facebook page to share this, and I don't know how to do that. I might have to. Might have to get the monkey butt.
We're technologically not sound.
Well, I'm just an idiot. It has nothing to do with that.
We know we're both bad about the internet
I just don't know what the hell
stuff.
I'm doing. That's all. How do you do? I did it before, and now I'm totally screwing this up. I want to start a watch party.
Click on the video, and right below it will say start watch party.
Thanks, monkey butt.
I'm on it.
Yeah, and if you look at it right down below, it's not full screen. You have to be on the actual timeline.
This is entertainment value that you can't get anywhere else.
On my timeline or the Metal Roundtable?
Either one of them. But you can't be on if you got it full screen.
No, I'm not. Show me.
Yeah, go to the post page.
The post page. This is some live production
This is some
here.
very much live production value. You can tell that whatever improvements were made to the studio last week.
The KVGI page?
It doesn't matter which page you go
Facebook, dude. Don't you have a Facebook page?
to. Then go to the page.
Yep. Now, they're going to hang with us. Our loyal
They're
fans
gonna hang with us, I guess.
They're going to hang with us.
They're going to want to know what my
You'll see
shirt
Watch
says,
Party.
for sure.
Watch together with friends or groups. Start. Yes. Oh,
You
man.
do it from a full video.
Yeah. Yay.
That monkey buddy, he's one smart guy. You know
He's
that?
a fart smeller.
He knows the internet
He
pretty good.
He does know internet.
He's good at internet.
So, okay. Okay, I'm no longer distracted by that. Let me
Okay.
turn my audio down because I'm not a complete tool bag. So, okay, first of all,
Wait.
let's do shout outs and then we're going to get to
Okay.
there are so many things to get to kick off the show.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody that I know that plays guitar
Yeah.
has a birthday today. Wait, I'll give you a hint.
Is he the scourge of the
He's-
earth?
Yes, and he's bald.
Like you?
Yes, and dead sexy. Do you know who
Oh.
I'm talking about?
Well, I thought I was gonna say it was Andrew
were with-
Atwood, but
You were
Then
with
you-
me
then-
up to that point?
yeah, then it sort of went right out the window.
Happy birthday, Andrew. I think he's 32.
20, 30,
I think
20.
he's 32. I know I'm
Oh.
old enough to be his dad, which
Oh,
that's a thing.
then I'm old enough to be his
That-
grandfather.
That's a thing I realized today. So, anyway, shout out to the great Andrew Atwood,
Right on.
guitarist of Hellstar and the Scourge. And if you haven't checked out that Scourge record, man,
Dude, that thing is a ripper.
oh man, it's punishing. It's
yeah,
awesome.
it is. Very
But
much so.
Remember when I thought Garrick sang on it?
I do remember that, and you were
I win.
resoundingly corrected.
Yes. So, okay, let's get something. Well, first of all, you got any shout outs?
Yeah, I don't know if the Jewett boys can see behind me here, but I'm gonna shout out to Kyle and Kelly Jewett and Judge Smith of the Mighty Mothership,
Yep.
Dallas's own Power Trio Deluxe.
Yes.
Remember when we were supposed to do this?
We were going to do that.
Metal Rob even made beer.
I did.
I made a label, and
I
we were gonna have.
Shanghai Surprise Honey Lager.
That's right. We were gonna recreate the interior gatefold of ZZ Top Tres Hombres.
That's right.
And here I am talking like I don't speak a lick of Spanish, which I
Ain't
do.
you from Utah?
I'm from. I ain't from Utah. I'm born in Mississippi. But anyway, you remember that, guys? We need to. I'm going to shout out
Let's do this.
Kelly, Kyle.
We love you. We
Judge
know you're
Smith.
mega rock stars.
Bring mom and dad. Bring the girls.
Let's make some tacos.
We're gonna recreate this, and we're gonna have a good time, and we might just play a little bit of live music.
Bring the mothership, the fathership, the
The
wifeship,
The girlfriend ship.
whatever.
Bring it all.
Bring
That's
all-
my shout out.
Yeah, bring all the ships. So, okay, let's get to the next order of business. This stupid shirt you've got on.
Stupid.
Sorry,
Stupid.
I'm feeling saucy today.
You know,
First of all, I'd like to point out my crisp, clean logo.
who's British Steel? Oh wait, that's
Yep, I'd like to point out my crisp, clean Judas Priest shirt. First time I've worn it on the show. Thank you very much. And okay, I'm gonna just go for it. Are you ready?
Go ahead.
What style of metal? Not that that's going to help
Okay,
me.
this band is the who's who of the death metal grindcore scene of the Gulf Coast grindcore
Okay.
gangs
And
down there in Houston.
That's going to include members of
War Master, Descent,
Insect Warfare.
Insect Warfare,
Okay.
Cryptic Void.
All right.
Come on. You can do it.
Nibiru.
Nibiru. Boom.
Booyah.
Booyah.
It's a nice shirt. It's not stupid.
Nicely done.
Could you read it, Monkey
No,
Butt?
I couldn't read it. But I'm so glad you said saucy, because if you said sassy, I was going to boot you out of the chair.
Wow.
No, saucy.
Saucy.
Not sassy.
Because
I
he
didn't-
said that with conviction. I mean,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm feeling saucy today.
Yeah, no, I didn't wear my purse in or anything. Yeah, I think we're good.
Well, and in a weird twist of fate, I was thinking, and that's a shout out to Mark Aiken down in Melbourne, Australia.
Hello, Mark.
See what I did there?
Saucy Aussie.
Oh, gosh.
So, and I also noticed that you...
we have a Texas thing
well,
working
and
here.
are you or are you not wearing cheap sunglasses?
They are cheap sunglasses. Because guess who we're going to talk
They're
about
not
today?
cheap. They're Oakleys.
Oh, well, they look like cheap sunglasses,
They
and I
are.
think that's the idea here.
Yeah, bring us in, buddy.
Besides, I know that some of the cool cats on internet radio wear sunglasses when they broadcast, so I thought my ode, and here, and see, as we talk about it, I found this cool little video when I was digging through my stash of ZZ Top paraphernalia, and here it is, and look what he's wearing. He's wearing cheap sunglasses. So I'm pulling out my inner Dusty Hill here and
I need to see that.
trying to.
So Richie says, "Hello, lady men."
Oh gosh, Richie.
Yeah, I would expect.
Hey Richie, where were you at the Overkill and
Exhorter
show? Was that too heavy for you, or do we?
He did go to Firehouse and Lynch Mob with me.
Oh
week
well,
before.
I guess it was too heavy for him.
So there you go. Donnell Blair says hello.
Right on, Donnell.
Brad Amos is joining us.
Sweet.
We love that.
Yes, sir.
So, what do you think we're going to talk about today?
We're going to talk
What's on
about
your mind?
the mighty ZZ Top
Yes, we are.
from H-Town or from Texas. They're from all over the place, aren't they?
They are based out of Houston, Texas.
All right.
Yes, the great Billy Gibbons founded the band. He's the sole surviving original member. Did you know that?
Well,
the other guys may be alive. I don't know. He's the only original member
that
of the
still in the
band.
band, right?
Yes.
So
I didn't know that.
now that was an interesting fact, and when you told me that, I thought, really? But I think are the longest tenured band that have not made a lineup change in what?
50 years.
50 years.
Yep, they are the longest standing band lineup in history.
I used to think that was a long time, and now it seems so
Yeah.
young.
50 years doesn't seem like that much.
No,
does
it sure doesn't. But anyway,
So, what got me on the ZZ Top situation here, their documentary, that little old band from Texas
on
came out
Netflix.
a couple weeks ago on Netflix, and I watched it immediately, and then I liked it so much that I went back and I've seen it again, and I'm probably going to watch it a third time very soon. It's fantastic. So, as far as music documentaries go, I'm telling you, man, it's a solid, for sure, 8 or 9. It's a banger film. So
Right.
it's made by Sam Dunn, the guy that
Of
did
course.
Metal Evolution and Headbanger's Journey and all that, you know. So it's extremely well done, and
Kind of like ZZ Top, he never puts out any crap.
right.
Some
No,
things are a little
no.
better than others, but man,
But none of it's
solid,
bad. Yeah.
solid.
So the thing I like about the documentary, because they don't really go through each album per se, but they just kind of go through. I can't take you seriously with your sunglasses on. We're inside, for God's
What?
sake.
But it's
You're
they're cheap sunglasses.
Do what you want.
All
baby.
right, I'll take them.
This is America.
Here, I'll put them over here by the.
Don't touch me with them. I don't want them to be coroned or anything.
No, we don't want to do that. But I'll put it over here by the scene that we're supposed to recreate with the mothership
Okay.
guys.
Mark, now whoever was in here earlier on this show that was on this mic, they weren't coroned, were they? Because I just want to make sure that.
But had
no
they been
corona.
drinking Corona? Because who?
He's shaking. He said yes, no.
Because nobody wants to get coronavirus from Corona.
We do not want to get coroned. So
Nope.
the thing that's cool about the documentary, it's not so much a just boom, a history of the band. Here's all the albums, and let's talk about this, and let's talk about this album, and this album, and this tour. It really spends a good amount of time on the time prior to ZZ Top and the formation of the band, and it basically goes up through Eliminator. There's a little bit after that, and I don't want to give the whole documentary away because there are some pretty cool surprises in the documentary that they come back to, and man, it's so well done. I really love it. But there are 2 ZZ Tops. Can we agree on that? That there are 2 versions of ZZ Top, pretty much.
Their original stripped down 3-piece version, and then the technical drum machine synthesizer version.
Right.
Oh, yeah. And, okay, we can agree on that.
And I don't think either are bad. So let's roll through some records, and we'll.
Well, and before we get into that, I was gonna say, I know we're the metal roundtable, and somebody questioned me today about ZZ Top. Is that metal? Well, I'm going to say when I was a kid and I was listening to Fandango at a very loud volume one day, that my mother said, turn down that heavy metal.
Hey, we talk about all things hard rock and heavy metal.
So I would beg to differ if anyone's the early ZZ Top stuff, especially played very loudly.
It's heavy rock, man.
It's heavy.
Yeah.
And I think we can agree on that.
Yeah,
so,
I love it.
As we get into this.
So, one thing I learned that I did not know in the documentary was that, and it took me forever to find a decent copy of ZZ Top.
Because that thing is always beat.
It is always beat. You know why? Because people freaking played it.
Yeah.
Because it's great. So, it took me forever to find this, appropriately titled ZZ Top's first album.
Man, absolutely, that's genius.
Absolutely love this record. But what I did not realize was it was recorded in Tyler, Texas.
Tyler, Texas, where they grow
the
roses.
Rose capital of Texas. Yep, it was. And that made an awful ripping sound.
That did make kind of a weird ripping sound.
It did not rip, though. Okay, well, I can't find what I'm looking for. So.
That's for the other U2 episode.
Here's something funny. In this day of homogenized rock, synthesized music, retakes, overdubbing, multi-tracking, and honest recording by accomplished musicians is a rewarding pleasure. And that's true.
And that is true.
That is true. But boy, did they hit.
But the irony of that is what did they become? Holy
cow. Did they
cow.
hit the synthesized music hard later, man?
Because when you said that the documentary ended at Eliminator, that's about where I ended it. Because I just thought I can't handle any more.
Well,
I just liked the initial rendition of the band with that type of attitude in mind.
Right. So it was recorded at Robin Hood Studios in Tyler, Texas, and I thought the credits were on here, but I don't see them. Anyway, it was cool, and they talked about how they got this sound. Do you know how they got the sound? Because Bill Ham, the producer, insisted that they not do a bunch of overdubs. So the producer sent Bill Ham out for barbecue 25 miles away, and they recorded a take. And then he went into the studio and took Billy's guitar and just kind of loosened up the strings to get it slightly out of tune, and they recorded it again, and there's the signature ZZ Top sound.
Oh, boy. Interesting.
Yeah, they were looking to do, and that's how it happened.
Huh.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of like, it's like accidental. It's like random chaos becoming...
I desperately want to go to Tyler and find this place and see if that dude is still there and talk to him, because... It's just an old house. You drive by and it's just a.
I think I've seen a picture of the house on the internet.
Yeah,
but
But I would,
road trip.
Oh man, I'd love to talk to that.
Have any
guy.
record stores in Tyler?
I think so. I see it on Facebook. People talking about records out there.
Well, here we go.
And we're not going to go through the whole. We're not going to go through the whole bit because I don't have all the albums. But Rio Grande Mud obviously is outstanding. Francine just got paid. Oh, dude.
Yeah. Well, and I think the title, Rio Grande Mud, the sound is muddy, which is good. In this occasion,
it is just raw.
It's fantastic.
Good. Yeah, it took me a long time to find a good copy of this one, too.
Yep.
Rio Grande Mud on original London. I love that one. And now we're getting to the one we should have recreated with the Jewett brothers.
Yeah, but we'll stop harping on that, right? No, we won't.
This thing, man. Now I'm gonna miss some songs, some deep cuts that I don't know the song from the title sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But dude, Waiting for the Bus, Jesus Just Left Chicago. That's a double kick to the face, man. Those
Yep.
songs are awesome. Beer Drinkers and Hellraisers.
One of my favorite top 10 all-time rock songs.
And then boom, hey, we're looking for a hit. We just need a hit.
Let's go downtown and look for some what?
How?
And look for what?
Tush, baby. Actually, I'm thinking LaGrange.
Yeah, look.
Did I do the? Did I?
Oh,
do the,
yeah,
What
Tush
song
is-
did I do the riff for?
I don't know what you did it for, but that wasn't Lagrange.
No.
I don't know. How. Oh well.
You're getting closer to Lagrange now.
Am I?
Yeah, that is LaGrange.
Well, anyway, the
No,
first.
but Tush is on this one
The
here.
first hit, and if you keep saying Tush, I don't think
Tush.
we're going to be able to be friends anymore.
Push.
Tush.
There you go. Mark's got it. So,
Tush.
LaGrange, dude, massive hit.
Massive hit.
Rumors spreading round. Yeah, I'm doing the right
On
riff.
that Texas town.
I think I did the right riff.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, okay, so y'all can
Well,
shut
and
it.
ironically, you know, I have this weird penchant for picking out certain records in the catalog that I have more than one copy, like Rush Hemispheres. I have a Dutch copy, a German copy, a Japanese copy, a whatever, an American copy, a Canadian copy. Well, I did the same thing, and that's part of what we're looking at back here, the Jewett Brothers recreation gatefold on 180-gram green, jalapeno green vinyl.
Very nice.
Thanks to the poser for that one. But I could listen to this album on a loop over and over and over again.
This one?
No.
The
Tres Hombres.
Trace. Yeah, that's a great one.
This one too.
Now the goat is huge on this. I never jumped on this one as big as you guys did. Recorded at the warehouse in New Orleans.
That's still standing, because I think Overkill and Exhorter that Richie missed on Saturday was there on Sunday.
I heard it on the X's on here.
Yep.
Yeah. Love that one. Love that one. They briefly talk about that in the documentary about listening to those radio stations coming across the border
Yep.
from Mexico. So that was pretty cool. Now the goat is a huge fan of
Well,
this
and the
album.
unique thing about this is half of it's live, and
then you
half
get-
of it's studio.
Then you get studio.
And the live thing is just as spectacular, and it's songs that they hadn't released it from a studio standpoint, so it was cool to hear them in their rawest form being live.
Mexican Blackbird.
Oh.
Heard it on the X, dude. That song rules. So
Well, that thing about the X, I lived in Omaha, Nebraska at the time, and it's on a Sunday night. You could tune in and hear that radio station cranking out of Mexico, because I think they were cranking 250,000 watts,
something ridiculous.
some ridiculous amount, and you could actually hear like it was a local channel.
Yep.
Crazy.
I heard WBAP from Dallas up north of Casper, Wyoming one time.
Oh gosh, that's insane.
So now this tour, do you know why this tour is famous?
Why?
This was the Worldwide Texas tour.
Oh,
Let's take a buffalo and let's take a longhorn and let's take some snakes. And so this is the one that essentially just burned those guys out. And they got in from the tour. They had played and toured so much, and they just got burned out. They started making some money, and a 3-month hiatus became a 3-year hiatus, and they just got worn out. But thank goodness they got back together. This is a
what does that have on it?
uh,
Because Tejas doesn't mean Texas, by the way. It's not Spanish for Texas.
it means friend.
Yeah.
Does it not?
T-Jaws.
Yeah. Okay, white boys.
Way to
Don't
go.
even get me started.
Way
The
to go.
voice in your head.
Way to go, gringo.
Yeah, it's only love. It's driving me crazy. Arrested for driving while blind. That's a classic. And enjoy and get it on. That's a great one. $10 Man. Those are all good songs.
Now, admittedly, I have not spent as much time with this album as I should have because I don't recognize a ton of this on here, but I'll make that my homework to.
That and then the studio side of that thing, of the Fandango.
Yes. So they go from
Now here's where they start making some real adjustments to the band. They start steering away from that little blurb that they put on the first record.
Well, they talk about this in the documentary. Dusty Hill has a quote where he says something about we got back together after 3 years. We wanted to do some different stuff. We wanted to embrace some new technology. Well, they did. Manic Mechanic.
You
and
can
they've got
embrace something without falling in love with it, for crying out loud.
But they did start a little. You can just start hearing the electronic thing a little bit coming in. Manic Mechanic is the one that really gives it away. But Thank You is great. She Loves My Automobile. I'm Bad. I'm Nationwide.
Man, that's killer.
Killer ZZ Top stuff. Fool for Your Stockings. Man, great album. Cheap Sunglasses.
Oh, do you want me to put them back on?
Please.
Oh,
I think it's appropriate now.
Okay, now it is because we've talked about it.
Yeah, I need to visit this one some more too. I know all those songs, but man, this is
No, that's a start to finisher. You can drop the needle on side A and you'll have to flip it and listen to side B. Here's where it really gets weird, and I used to trick my sisters into singing Tube Steak Boogie, and then they found out what that really meant, and it was a problem.
Right. And so this one's got Tube Snake Boogie and Pearl Necklace and
Oh yeah, there's the great rock and roll swindle.
Yeah, Party on the Patio. Now, I am not extremely familiar with this record. I know the singles off of it, but I don't know a ton about this album, but
well, the irony of this record is that the hit songs are not even close to being the best songs on the record.
Okay.
So
I'll educate myself.
Once again, I like the popularity of the record, and those songs are kind of funny when you know the true meaning of them, because they would
little innuendo.
Yeah, little innuendo. Gee whiz.
Yeah, they're
kind of like April Wine's.
Yeah, they're
if
knocking
you
you-
CK,
yeah,
tell her I want her, and if you CK, tell her I need her. Anyway,
they're knocking you over the head with innuendo.
that's right. Now,
So
here it is in full-blown glory.
So you talk about right place at the right time and embracing the new thing. Here comes MTV.
Oh,
And Frank Beard is watching this new thing called MTV, and he calls one of the other guys and is like, "Hey man, you need to check this out." And 4.5 hours later, they're all watching it, thinking it's some music special. They're not realizing it's a channel that's playing music 24/7,
Right.
music videos. And man, did they embrace it! Because the band really changes for me right here.
yeah.
The big pop hits, the big pop singles, the ginormous videos. Give Me All Your Lovin' with the car,
Oh
the
gosh.
keychain, the beards have happened now. They've come.
I mean,
they've-
they marketed this thing almost as if it were Kiss.
Yeah, they've come back after their 3-year hiatus with long beards, and now they're really putting the market,
Yeah.
into play.
In fact, you could buy a beard at the shows. You know, the kind that hang over your ears and they'll.
A nice hook-on beard.
Yeah, it was insane.
Give Me All Your Lovin', Got Me Under Pressure, Sharp Dressed Man, I Got the Six, Legs, TV Dinners even.
Jeez, that's it. You know what?
Dude,
As much as I didn't like the new direction, that's a killer record.
you can say kick ass. It's okay.
I
I know you're a nice guy.
I'm trying to keep it clean for the
For the kids out there.
kids out there, but yeah, that thing rules. It's a great record.
It's a great record. Now, honestly, I started when I was a teenager. I started losing them around this time because I was getting into, glam metal and different kinds of thrash
Oh my
metal.
gosh! You go
and-
from dirty overalls
I
to
did-
spandex.
yeah, to
just that quickly. Huh?
So this one has grown on me big time over the years, but dude, 15 million copies they
Yep.
sold of this thing.
yeah.
Just insane. And then
The hot rod. We had our episode about the mascots. Well, this little red hot rod that Billy owned now became kind of their signature move. Plus the keychain with the ZZ thing on it.
right. What do you think I paid for this record, by the way?
According to the price, it looks like $1.49.
$1.49. That's right. I paid $1.49 for Afterburner. Now, some of you are going to say That's about what it's worth, and I call BS on that.
I do too, actually.
This thing is great, man. Now it is even farther into the pop
Yeah.
synth kind of thing. But dude, you got Sleeping Bags, Stages, Woke Up with Wood, Rough Boy, Can't Stop Rockin', Planet of
You
Women.
woke up with what?
Woke Up with Wood, Planet of Women, Velcro Fly. I mean, this thing.
Planet of Women was really good, but Sleeping Bag you won't hear on radio.
Mm-mm.
No.
Nope.
Yeah, there's a whole rights to that song, and somebody else wrote it. Whole complication for that. It was a lawsuit for many years on that.
Huh. I'll have to educate myself.
I don't know that.
Interesting.
And I may have spoken out a little bit out of text, but there definitely somebody else was a part of it, and I want to say it was a female. So I don't know if somebody was a co-writer, co-conspirator of it all, but radio stations can't play it.
I like
so.
the idea of co-conspirator better
Right.
than a co-writer.
I also like co-conspirator. Yeah, I don't have no liner notes. I've got just got a
Well, you paid
generic
$1.49. What do you
$1.49.
expect?
What do you expect?
I just know it's as a radio station. It's on my list that I can't play.
Wow.
Yeah,
Well,
Weird.
I love
weird.
the album. This one also has grown on me. I waved this off big time because it was so polished and so pop, but it has really grown on me.
Could you
over the
imagine that
years.
afterward? Could you imagine that's like the Discovery? Just take that sucker and fly out into space. Listen to ZZ Top.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, that would be pretty awesome.
We should give that a whirl.
Let's go.
So you brought a couple of goodies. What did you
No,
bring?
I did bring a couple of goodies. I was, I knew that you were going to bring vinyl, so
Then we'll get into their later stuff.
yeah. This ought to be interesting because as we talked about the documentary, this has a ZZ Top documentary on it, and I don't know what it's from. I know that the local Houston station used to really pimp these guys, and they used to be on like our version of Fox News and all that type of thing. But it's got a show from '76, and I think it's from the Sam Houston Coliseum, and then it's got a bunch of rare clips and some unknown footage, and never before seen until now. Look at that. That's a way to sell something. So I'll have to check this out. I think I got this from, I don't know where I got this from. I've had it for a long time in my stash, but you know what? I have to tell you, this right here, if you're going to put out a box set,
Dude.
and we haven't had a box set episode yet, but this is the real deal, man. This is a true Texas style barbecue hut with CDs inside, and not only that, but it has a fold-out picnic table. It has cactus utensils, food.
The guys are in there,
Yeah, everything that you could ever imagine, and
there's a book or something.
yeah, there's like a little. Oh yeah. This little.
It's the Flip cartoon book.
Yeah, the Flip book. That they actually do the little. They do the thing with their fingers.
Yeah.
Anyway, but this basically it's called Chrome Smoke and Barbecue, and it basically encompasses the first.
I think it's up through about 90,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yep. But it actually includes like 3 moving sidewalks songs. Which
We got to get into that.
we haven't
too.
talked about that, and then it has some medium rare tracks. Cheap Sunglasses Live. It's got a dance mix of Legs, Velcro Fly, a 12-inch mix, and back when that album came out, when Afterburner came out, that thing was the 12-inch remix. See, we were starting to cross over into the club scene and whatever, and
Right.
and disco DJs or house DJs were making remixes of rock songs, and heck, they did it with Kiss.
Right.
I Was Made for Loving You. I've got a 12-inch of that too. That's like 15 minutes long. But
Is that one of the rare versions that have moving sidewalk on it?
It does.
'Cause
Yep.
I was gonna say there's nothing else that I know of that they had their stuff on. You said that because my brother went to one of their performances in 1969.
Wow,
Wow.
no kidding.
And before they were ZZ Top, because we talked. Here's how I found out in my story. So, my brother's telling me that he went to school with a couple of guys from Nimitz High School, Irving High School, that were in a rock band, and one of those happened to be Moving Sidewalks. But that's all I knew. A couple of years later, I don't know if it's 70, 71. I'm like 5 or 6, 7 years old, but I didn't find out until I was like 8 or 10 that was ZZ Top. Well, my brother graduated high school with ZZ Top at Irving High School with Billy Gibbons. Frank went to Nimitz High School. They all knew each other.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't best friends or anything like that, but they all knew each other. So,
I bet they are now, though.
Yeah.
No, probably not. But
I bet they get along.
I bet they get along. 50
thi-
years.
Well, This has got 3 Moving Sidewalk songs on it, and somebody that must really care about you. You must have gotten this from somebody that really is your good buddy.
Yeah, this
I'll
was,
buy it from you.
This I didn't get from the poser, but boy, I'll tell you right now, thanks Metal Rob for coming through in the clutch. But
It rules.
it does rule. And I mean, I don't know how many times I've driven to Houston from Dallas or vice versa, and I see places just like this
Yep.
on the side of the road. And you know, when you see the smoke rolling out of the stack, and you see a place like this with a picnic table out front,
It's good.
that the barbecue is going to be excellent.
So now that thing goes up through the album Recycler, which has got some great tunes on it. I like that one quite a bit. I didn't know anything about it. I literally picked this up in the last couple of years and have enjoyed it very much. Concrete and Steel, Love Thing, My Head's in Mississippi,
Oh, yeah,
Give It
that's-
Up, Double Back. There were singles that I remember hearing, but I didn't know anything about the album. So that's a good one. And then Antenna, which I have recently listened to. And it's good. It's not great,
It
but
feels like something's missing from that album,
it's good.
and I don't know what it is, but it does feel a little hollow.
It's I've enjoyed it. That's been my garage listen as I'm pricing records and stuff and hanging out and bringing collections in. I've been jamming on that one. Now there are the next 4 I know nothing about, and then we'll do Moving Sidewalks talk. I know nothing about Rhythmine.
Good record.
I know nothing about Triple X.
Triple X is really good too.
I know nothing about Mescalero.
Dirty, stanky, noisy, distorted guitar and bass, and just killer. It's stripped down more like Rio Grande Mud.
Early stuff.
And the first, I think they went completely back to just a basic. And I want to say that that was a live recording, just a live studio.
Just live in the room.
Right? No overdubs. No. Let's come back and polish this up.
I need to check that out, and I know nothing about La Futura.
I think that might have been produced by Rick Rubin.
I don't know.
Gosh,
It was the last one that they're credited with.
I should have.
I bet it is because it's on Universal. Hang on.
Yeah, we're both.
Hang on.
Studio album by ZZ Top.
Hang on.
Yep, Rick Rubin and
Okay,
Billy Gibbons.
You got there quicker than I did.
But Mescalero,
Oh yeah, sure enough.
I want to say Mescalero was also because the production on that was just muddy and nasty, so good, just like ZZ Top should be.
I am all over checking those out. I can't wait to check those out. But I did buy a collection recently, which I do, by the way.
Rob buys records.
So, in a collection, now I did not get this on vinyl. I got this on CD because it's
Okay.
about $1,000 record. Maybe not that much, but there's a guy asking that much for one on eBay. Moving Sidewalks. I found the CD. Did I get that from you?
Mm-hmm.
Or, okay, I knew I got it somewhere recently. Well, anyway, it's a 2-disc set,
You can thank me later.
and it encompasses the whole everything they did.
Yeah.
And it is fantastic. And I am not trying to tell you that it is Hendrix worship in the fact that the guitar playing is going to blow your mind. It's great, and Billy Gibbons is fantastic. But holy cow, you are going to hear some Hendrix influence.
Well, think about what
All
was
that
happening
stuff.
in Texas, and especially here in DFW with Stevie Ray Vaughan, Billy Gibbons, whatever. That was a huge influence on them.
Right.
Howlin' Wolf and all those guys, they gravitated to that style of grit and grind.
If you like Hendrix rock and roll, man, the songs, not just the guitar playing, but just the songs, the singles, that kind of stuff.
But that was a huge influence in those early periods.
The poppy, catchy stuff that Hendrix did. That's what. Oh, Tony Friars is fanning out all his ZZ Top albums. Thanks, Tony, for watching. He's got he's got one that I gave away. The one the best of that they got sued. They sued their management over and got out of their contract, and then ended up on Warner
Is that the
Brothers.
one with the three girls on?
No,
Oh.
it's that thing. that last one.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. remember
I had
that
it. I don't have it anymore. And
Yeah.
I also had a radio promo of the Worldwide Texas tour. It just had studio tracks on it, but it was promoting that. That was pretty cool. I don't know what
Right.
happened to it.
Hmm.
So, if you like Hendrix and you like the I was afraid that was gonna your your jalapeno dropped.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you better rescue your record. Be careful where you roll. So, you didn't lose a chunk of it, did you?
No, I didn't.
Are we good?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
Oh, beautiful.
Okay, good. So, it's a 2-disc, fully encompassing set, everything that the Moving Sidewalks did. I absolutely love it. I have spun it so many times, so I'm so glad that was in all that stuff I got from you because it is on nonstop rotation. I just freaking love it. Moving
Yeah.
Sidewalks.
Well,
and it's a big part of the pre-ZZ Top history. That's the
Right.
thing. And it doesn't really sound a lot like ZZ Top, but it makes sense when you hear Billy playing guitar and singing. It makes sense where they're going to end up once you hear that. And I had never heard of it except for the 3 songs that were on this box set. And there's so much more. And these are not even the best songs, the 3 songs that are on here.
No,
So, man, it was good.
but they're a good kind of a good benchmark of what
yeah.
the Moving Sidewalks were all about.
Yeah, I just remember the thing I remember about ZZ Top the most as we start to sort of come close to rapping on ZZ Top is I remember the videos because, you're 13, 14, the videos, the girls, the car, the songs, the pop radio, the rock radio just blew those guys up, man. It was just perfect timing for them. And that's what I remember is mostly the videos. The records I went back and, like I've done so many times in record collecting, I went back and rediscovered and found out a lot more about their early stuff. But that's my first probably, I knew a few singles, but my first real legit being immersed in ZZ Top was probably Eliminator. What about you?
No, mine was
You were way before that.
mine
right?
was Tres Hombres for
Okay.
sure. And I had that thing. I had the 8-track, I had the cassette, I had the record, and I just wore that thing out. And I thought that
I noticed you've got your sunglasses on again.
well, you told me to put them
Oh,
back on
that's
because
right.
we discussed
Well,
cheap
can I-
sunglasses.
can I-
But I'll take them off.
Okay, thank you.
Um,
I can't take an adult seriously that's wearing sunglasses inside. Although I've taken you somewhat seriously for the last
you've taken me
15
seriously for
minutes.
years and years. What's changed? But anyway, now Tres Hombres was it for me, and then Fandango, and then I worked my way backwards because I thought certainly they've got to have more. I remember when I bought Fandango, I felt a little gypped because they only had one studio side, and I thought, well, the live side's cool, but I want some more studio stuff. And then I thought, well, hey, I got the other 2 albums, the
Cool.
Rio Grande Mud and the first album.
Man, this makes me nervous. A bunch of my work people are watching.
Oh gosh. Well, see, that's why I kept it clean, man. I don't want to drop any F-bombs while your work is watching.
Please don't do that.
We won't do that.
Hello, Susie, Todd, Mel, Allie, Tony. Holy cow. If you scroll down, good night. Papa Wayne.
Yay, Papa Wayne.
James Thompson,
He
Donnell Blair.
by the way, guys, shout out to Papa Wayne. He hooked me up with a killer Stevie Ray Vaughan live at King's Head. Holy cow, that thing is one of the best live recordings I've heard. It is amazing.
the guitar player of Solitude Eternus is watching.
Shout out to JP. Liquid Sound Company on its way. Can't
That's
wait.
right.
It's going
That's
to be
right.
awesome.
The great Andrew Strickland from Pixel and Texel is watching.
Right on.
I supported him way back in the day when he did I recorded him when he was in a high school band. I got to tell a story on Andrew.
Okay.
So I used to record him when he was in a high school band. I ran sound for this Battle of the Bands that they had in McKinney at McKinney High. And his band played there, and we got hooked up for some studio time, and I recorded several demos for those guys. And Andrew has gone on to way bigger and better things, but a good friend of mine, and we used to hang out and eat Taco Bill, not Taco Bell. Van Alstyne had Taco Bill, so we would excuse ourselves from the studio and go eat Taco Bill. And he is a huge metalhead. I mean, he went from this kind of emo band. I think that's how I would classify that, emo pop kind of stuff, And man, I'm selling him Absu records. And
Oh, so he would
Oh, yeah,
probably
he
be able
knows-
to read my
oh
shirt.
yeah. Oh, he knows what time it is
Right
on
on.
the extreme metal side of things. So it's always good to be in touch with the great Andrew Strickland, former MHS Lion.
Okay. Awesome.
That's it.
Well, I guess that is it. I mean, you know,
I was gonna say something else funny about him, and I forgot what the story was. I was
okay,
gonna
and then you
tell.
looked my way, and you started. You
I
can't laugh.
I got
anymore.
lost in your
I-
Nibiru shirt.
I can't. Yeah, pretty killer. I love stuff like this. But I mean, ZZ Top has always been one of my favorites. They've been a real consistent. I have this thing for power trios anyway. Even in the metal side, with the the original Creator was a 3-piece. Destruction's notoriously been a 3-piece until recently. Sodom. But even in rock and roll, Robin Trower was one of my favorite. ZZ Top is probably the top.
King's X.
You had to go there. Rush. I was thinking Rush, but you went to King's X. Okay,
King's
whatever.
X rules.
Hey,
dude.
Dogman. Hey, Dogman. King's X is okay.
Are you gonna make me take my headphones? King's X is okay.
Hey, coming from me, that's saying something.
Oh
okay?
my gosh, King's X is okay.
Because I used to think that they
Who
sucked.
are you?
I used to think that they sucked, and then, well, okay, I tell you what. My
Oh my gosh.
my opinion was a little tainted because I saw Doug Pinnick play at a heavy metal show, and he basically did a Sly and the Family Stone review, and it was really disappointing. And Hellstar was the headliner, and I thought, man, I thought Doug Pinnick was
Okay.
heavier than that. But anyway, I digress. This is about ZZ Top. This is about ZZ Top. This is not about
Oh
King's
my
X or Doug
gosh.
Pinnick. They're all great players. They're great musicians. I'm sure they're fine people.
You just ruined the entire show.
I did not ruin the entire show.
Okay.
Dog Man is a good King's X record. Now, in fact, it's a great King's X record. But as far as everything else, I could take it or leave it. As far as ZZ Top goes, though, however, I digress to ZZ Top. I'm kind of with you up into the. I like everything pretty much up into DeGuelo. Afterburners where they start to lose me, but they got me back with Triple X and Mescalero, and the Billy Gibbons stuff that he's doing now, where he's just basically playing live blues, is really killer. It's not.
See, I don't know anything
It's not.
about that.
It's not ZZ Top. Look up Billy Gibbons live in Cuba. He does a couple shows at some nightclubs in Cuba,
Oh wow.
and they're really, really awesome. He does a set of. In fact, one of the best. It was one of those. What is it? Daryl Hall from Hall & Oates.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What are they? Something
Live at Daryl's house.
house.
Yes.
That was one of my dude.
Billy Gibbons playing live at Daryl's with that
Yes,
band
yes.
and Daryl Hall was
You have to
absolutely.
see that. The show
absolutely
itself is
incredible.
amazing.
Okay. See, I know nothing about this.
It is a mind
I've
blower.
heard of it.
And so to the point, we know that the one consistent person there has always been Billy Gibbons, and Dusty Hill, bless his heart, Frank Beard, bless his heart, he's been there since almost day one. But Billy Gibbons is the heart and soul of that band, and as he
Always has been.
And as he branches out, man, he's still the heart and soul of
I'll check it out.
music. Yeah,
I'll check it out.
yeah. Live at Daryl's, both Billy Gibbons will blow your mind. I wish
Okay.
I
The
wish
whole
I had
show's
a-
amazing. Just if you watch them all, but
Anybody out there that can pull audio off of YouTube, please do it and send me a copy. I would love to have that. that thing is fantastic.
One of
That's
my
awesome.
And I know a guy that can master it.
one of my best concerts. You guys are gonna. I was just looking it up because I couldn't remember what year it
It
was.
wasn't King's X, was it?
No, but it was in the
Shut up.
'90s. But it was Marlboro Country Fair, and at the well, we did one year a small one at Reunion Arena, but it was actually where, oh man, I can't think of the name of the dang place now where it was. But it was downtown Dallas. It was off the side. It could have been Cottonwood. I mean, it could have been.
Was it the
Cotton Bowl.
Longhorn Ballroom or something?
No,
Or I
it
don't
was
even know
Country
where
Fair.
that-
It was an outside concert. It was an all-day Saturday. And we had two headlines the first year that I went. It was ZZ Top in Boston.
Oh wow.
Gee,
And I was trying to
Christmas.
find the year, and it says 90s. And there's a thing on Etsy where somebody said they had recorded it, but didn't say what year it is. But it was in the early 90s. Oh, actually, it could have been like
Early
89 or
80s.
90. No, because
No?
I was out of high school in 85. So if it was in the 80s, then it was 88 or 89.
Okay.
It wasn't before that.
And what was it called? Marlboro Country
The Marlboro
Fair?
Country Fair. So it was Marlboro Cigarettes.
Yeah,
Was
yeah.
their big sponsor.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
I
they
can't
can never
remember
get
all the
away with
bands
that.
that were there.
Yeah, try that these
But
days.
one year I did see the Moody Blues because I went there like 3 years in a row, and then it kind of quit, and it was kind of over. It was a huge concert. It was all day Saturday. I mean, you got there at noon, and then it ended at like 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock at night,
Right.
whoever the last concert. But that year we had 2 headliners. We had
ZZ
Boston
Top
and ZZ
Boston.
Top.
Gee whiz,
Wow, that's
a
awesome.
Yeah.
that's a 17-year-old's rock and roll dream there.
Well,
I
that's
don't even remember all the bands that were there, but it was just, I mean, they've done it like a mini Woodstock, but just a
you almost said Woodstock.
Woodstock.
Woot.
Well, I'm from the 60s. Give me a break.
You're doing great. That's my exposure to ZZ Top. I've
Yep.
obviously got some homework to do on the latter part of their career, and you've got some homework to do on King's X, you idiot.
Oh, you're gonna make me do that,
What is wrong-
teacher?
what is wrong with you? Don't make me throw together a
Look, I have a
compilation.
sister named Gretchen, and that doesn't even want me to want to make me listen to Gretchen Goes to Nebraska. I lived in Nebraska too.
Okay,
Gee whiz.
musicians, fire this bonehead up and tell him about the greatness of King's X.
Okay, yeah, King's X is
there is
okay.
much-
Change my mind.
They're as much a musician's band as Rush or Dream Theater. Write it down.
What the heck are you saying?
Write it down.
Did you eat an
you go
edible?
there-
Did you eat an edible before you came up here?
You go
'Cause it hasn't
to a
worn
King's
off
X
yet.
show, and it is going to be full of every guitar player, drummer, bass player, singer.
I understand that.
Every musician, dude.
I
within 100
understand.
miles is going to be
I understand, but you know what?
worshiping at the altar of the greatness of King's X.
King's X does the same thing to me that Ghost does to me.
Oh no!
It's just
no!
like- We've heard this before. It's called Blue Oyster Cult, and I've heard King's X before. It's called the Beatles.
Oh,
So-
no!
King's X is okay. Change my mind. There you go. There you go. Hey, that's what the comments are for. we have comments.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right. Well, we can still be friends, but you're wrong about King's X.
Okay, are you right about Nibiru though? You've never even heard him.
I just said your shirt was stupid. I was just
Okay.
being dumb.
All right. Well, that's
No, it's a great design. Did you draw that? I'm
no,
gonna feel stupid. if you
no.
drew it.
I think that was the mighty saw blade.
Okay. Well, we know the saw blade does no
Dude,
wrong.
he's that guy's like interplanetary. That guy's amazing.
Well, check this out. You can follow me on Instagram at I am Metal Rob. You can follow the Carcass at Carcass John Art on Instagram.
Correct.
We would love it if you would go to the YouTube page and subscribe. Go to the Metal Roundtable YouTube page. Please subscribe.
Please, please.
Facebook, you can like us on there and follow us and all that kind of stuff. And as always, we'd love to hear what you have to say about all the things that Carcass was wrong about today. King's X supporting AC/DC in London a long time ago. They were not a good match. Well, yeah, that's fair enough. But
And maybe that's it. Maybe I just didn't hear them
Tony
with the right
sent me
match.
a picture of his ZZ Top ticket stub from
Oh,
'83 too.
Man, you had me really worried what he was sending a picture of there for a minute. Sorry.
Oh, my former big boss just joined.
Uh-oh.
Well, I'm sorry, Alan, but we are wrapping it up for this week's episode of the Metal Roundtable.
And what
for
episode was
ZZ
that?
Top. 47. Oh yeah, you didn't do the
Yeah,
finger.
I did
thing.
do the fingers. You didn't. You weren't paying. You
I
were
was lost
scrolling,
in something else,
lost
yeah.
in space on your internet.
Well, thanks.
thing.
We want to hear what you have to say. We love you. We'll see you next time. That's episode 47. And with that, metal will prevail.